accordance with Section 5 of the Open Public Meeting Act, Chapter 231, Public Laws 1975, be advised that notice of this meeting was made by posting on bulletin board, town hall, and sending to the officially designated newspapers indicating that the meeting would take place at the community center at 6:30 p.m. on this date. The fire exits are located in the far right corner in the back and to my immediate left and in front. Pledge of allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Just want to introduce some folks in the audience here. Senator Anthony Bucco. Assemblywoman Aura Dunn. County Commissioner John Krickus. County Commissioner our Police Chief Conrad Pepperman. Thank you all for coming. Statement of determination. A statement of determination of the Board of Canvassers relative to an election held in the Borough of Rockaway, County of Morris, and State of New Jersey for the election of certain municipal officers for the municipality on the 5th day of November 2025. The said board does determine that said election, Thomas Slockbower, Borough Council for a term of 3 years, Robert DeVito, Borough Council for a term of 3 years, were duly elected to the office and for the term above set forth. I do here certify that the foregoing is a true, full, and correct statement of the determination of the Board of Canvassers therein mentioned. In witness thereof, I have hereunto set my hands on this 18th day of November 2025. Attested by Justin Davis, Chairman of the Board of Canvassers, and Grassi, Morris County Clerk. Before I give the oaths of office, I just want to give Senator Bucco, Assemblywoman Aura Dunn, a second or two to any comments.
Just very briefly, Mayor, first of all, thank you for all that you do and for all the borough does, not only for the residents of Rockaway Borough, but for the county and the state as well. And to everybody here tonight, to the first responders that are here, thank you for your service. This state wouldn't be the state. The service of all of our first responders, keeping us safe day in and day out. To everyone else, thank you. I hope that you have a healthy and happy New Year 2026. And to the two new council members, please understand that we are always here for you and for the borough, for whatever needs you may have. Chief Pepperman abuses that privilege but we are here for you, and it's not easy putting your name out there to run for office, and I congratulate you for all that you've done to get to this point, and we look forward to your service here in the borough. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening. Just want to say hello, Happy New Year. I'm Assemblywoman Aura Dunn. A lot of people say, what is an assembly person? Think of me as middle management, right? Helping you navigate with a state agency or anything that comes your way. I want to say, you know, Rockaway, you did a tremendous job in bearing the brunt of our I-80 crisis that we had just a few months ago. And I couldn't have done it without the work that we had here and the direct rapport, the constant open communications that we have here with your council and mayor, and I want to thank you for that, for your responsiveness and just always being available. And that's, you know, it requires a partnership. And I was just sharing with some new residents I met tonight. That makes me a better representative for you to listen and to know what matters most. So looking forward to, I will be returning to the legislature. It's a new session. I haven't been sworn in yet. My reorg is next week. But it's very a pleasure to witness this transfer of power. Congratulations. It does take a lot of courage to run for office and put yourself out there, and your family members, all that it takes for them to support you to do that. So thank you. And I always like to say we take criticisms, we take complaints, that's what we're there for. But anytime you want to call with a compliment, we're also available. Thank you.
250th celebration of American independence here in Morris County, where Washington spent 2 winters, not 1 like that other place in Pennsylvania.
Chief Pepperman.
Happy New Year. Again, working here, it's on my 29th year, so it's always a godsend coming here, seeing everybody. Thank you, work with the Mayor, Council. Obviously, without our community, police department, our first responders, fire, DPW, we wouldn't be where we were today. I want to thank on a local level, also on the county level, our commissioners, on the state level, Assemblywoman Senator Bucco. Congratulations to the new Councilman. One of my responsibilities in Trenton is being a legislative chairman. That actually boils down into the local municipalities. Currently, right now, with the help of the Assemblywoman, the Senator, we're working on some legislation when it comes to smoke shops, cracking down on them, human trafficking. We have a World Cup coming up. So it's always great to hear stuff from the community, and I just funnel out to the politicians, and they're always here for Rockaway Borough. So everybody, God bless, safe and healthy, happy 2026. Thank you.
Mr. Slockbower, you first.
Absolutely, thank you. I'm sorry.
Do you, Thomas Slockbower, solemnly swear that you will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey, and that you will bear true faith and allegiance to the same and to the governments established in the United States and in this state under the authority of the people, so help you God?
I do.
Do you further solemnly swear that you will faithfully, impartially, and justly perform all the duties of the office of councilman according to the best of your ability, so help you God?
I do.
Congratulations.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Mr. DeVito. Do you, Robert DeVito Jr., solemnly swear that you will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey, and that you will bear true faith and allegiance to the same and to the governments established in the United States and in this state under the authority of the people, so help you God?
I do.
Do you further solemnly swear that you will faithfully, impartially, and justly perform all the duties of the office of councilman according to the best of your ability, so help you God?
I do.
Congratulations. You guys take your seat.
Congratulations, Councilman.
And also, somebody that snuck in the back door there, our new Assemblywoman, Marisa Sweeney, out of Morristown.
Congratulations.
Would you like to say a few words?
Yeah, thank you. I'm meeting many people in this room for the very first time, but I'm excited for it. I haven't been sworn in yet. I'm going to get sworn in on January 13th, just a week from tomorrow. I'm really excited about it. And I'm really excited to get to know all of you and to get to work. I'm really excited to get to work. I have all this go energy that I can't really do anything with until a week from tomorrow. But I'm ready for it. So you'll be hearing from me to reach out for individual meetings. I would love to hear your individual perspectives from your seat, newly elected or not. Congratulations to those that just got sworn in again, and I'm excited. I'm excited to get started. So thank you. And
Thank
Happy
you,
New Year.
Assemblywoman. Roll call.
Councilwoman Marisa?
Here.
Councilman DeVito?
Here.
Councilman Haynes?
Here.
Councilman Hurley?
Here.
Councilman McDonald?
Here.
Councilman Slockbower?
Here.
Nice. Election of council president. I'd like to call for nominations for president of the council.
I nominate current council president Melissa Bernstein.
I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Congratulations. Okay, appointments of mayor. Standing committees of council. Finance and license, chair, Thomas Haynes, members, Robert DeVito, James Hurley. Fire, chair, Melissa Burnside, members, Thomas Haynes, Patrick McDonald. Ordinance, chair, Robert DeVito, members, James Hurley, Thomas Slockbower. Personnel, chair, Patrick McDonald, members, Melissa Burnside, Robert DeVito. Public safety, chair, Thomas Slockbower, members, Melissa Burnside, Pat McDonald. Public utility and works, chair, James Hurley, members, Thomas Haynes, Thomas Slockbower. Community Development Revenue Sharing Representative, Representative James Hurley, alternate Thomas Haynes. Council Liaison Appointments. Board of Health, Melissa Burnside. Environmental Commission, Thomas Slockbower. Historical Committee, James Hurley. Library Board of Trustees, Melissa Burnside. Local Board of Ed, Thomas Haynes. Parks and Rec Advisory Committee, Pat McDonald. Shared Municipal Court, Rockaway Township, Thomas Mulligan. Can I have a motion to approve the standing committees,
Motion.
related and other liaison appointments?
Motion to approve.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Good, thank you. Land Use Board. I'd like to make the following appointments to the Land Use Board. Class 3 member, James Hurley, term 1 year. Class 4 member, Kim Rose, term 4 years. Boards and Commissions. Board of Health, Martell Reed, a term of 3 years. Environmental Commission, Jean Blome, Frank Capuccio, Kathy Haig, all terms of 3 years. Library Board of Trustees, Rosalie Caliando, term of 5 years. Richard Gorgeous, term of 5 years. Parks and Rec Advisory Committee, Mildred Bowles, term of 2 years. Kimberly Cerruti, term of 2 years. Danielle Duran, a term of 2 years. For everybody that was just appointed, if you'd like to stand so I could swear you into your post. It'll be general for everybody, so. Do you solemnly swear that you will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey, and that you will bear true faith and allegiance to the same and to the governments established in the United States and in the state under the authority of the people?
I do.
Do you further solemnly swear that you will faithfully, impartially, and justly perform all the duties of the office that you have been appointed to according to the best of your ability?
I do.
Congratulations and thank you. For the appointments, do you have a motion?
Motion.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Professional and other appointments. Unless I otherwise note, all appointments are 1-year terms ending 12/31/26. Bond and Redevelopment Council, Matthew Jessup, McMenamin, Scotland, and Bauman. Borough Attorney, Joseph Bell and Shivas. Borough Auditor, Kathy Mantel, Nova Scotia. But for this appointment, it is until January 30th, and at that point, it will be amended once our new CFO comes into place, and along with the Finance Committee, we will discuss further auditor appointments. Health Officer, Courtney Sartain, Randolph Township. Labor Attorney, Matthew Giacobi, Cleary Giacobi, Alfieri Jacobs. Planner, Philip Abertson. Topology, Redevelopment Council, Tiana Cofoni from McMinion, Scotland and Bowman. Risk Manager, Justin Gallo, Acrashore. Treasurer for the term up until January 28th, Patricia Reike. Water Utility Engineer, CP Engineers. Part-time appointments. All appointments are one-year terms ending 12/31/26. Backup licensed sewer operator, Benny Santiago. Police matrons, Jennifer DePaul, Chanel Clark. School crossing guards, Alexander Camano, Kevin Duffy, Corinne Epsky, Rich Hilla, Carlene Kulumi, Frank Rodimer, Arthur Schum, George Thompson, Renee Zuber, Chanel Clark, Bjorn Gajelvik, both subs, Edward McCrory, sub, Tamika Quick, sub, Marcy Rattay, sub. Zoning Officer, Timothy Braden. Office of Emergency Management Volunteers, Alfred Andujar, Michael Capps, Suzanne Capps, Robert O'Connor. Can I have a motion to approve the professional and part-time appointments as submitted?
Motion.
Second.
Second.
All in favor? Any opposed? Great, thank you. Resolutions, consent agenda. 1-26, designate 2026 meetings of the Borough of Rockaway Mayor and Council. 226, designate 2026 holidays, municipal offices. 326, designate 2026 holidays, PBA. 4-26, designate official newspapers. 5-26, designate cash management plan and official depositories. 626, designate official for tax searches and bankruptcy notices. 7-26, designate official for assessment searches. 8-26, designate public agency compliance officer. 9-26, establish interest rate on delinquent taxes. 10-26, establish interest rate on delinquent water and sewer charges. 11-26, establish penalties charged on delinquent taxes. 12-26, appoint municipal judge. 13-26, appoint risk manager. 14-26, appoint joint insurance fund commissioner. Approve 2026 amusement device licenses. 16-26, approve 2026 towing license. 17-26, authorize cancellation of tax balances less than $5. 18-26, authorize cancellation of water utility balances less than $5. 19-26, authorize the tax assessor and borough attorney to execute stipulations of settlement with respect to tax appeals. 20-26, authorize the tax assessor and borough attorney to file counterclaims. 21-26, authorize the tax assessor and borough attorney to file tax appeals. 22-26, authorize award professional services agreements. 23-26, authorize renewal of shared services contract, animal control. 24-26, authorize temporary appropriations for operating purposes. 25-26, award contract, HVAC maintenance. 26-26, award contract, turf management. 27-26, award contract, police vehicle maintenance. 28-26, award contract, pipe fittings, valves, and accessories. 29-26, accept the resignation of the Borough Administrator and Chief Financial Officer. 30-26, authorize execution of mediation agreement between the Rockaway Borough and Fair Share Housing Center. 31-26, authorize submission of Municipal Alliance Strategic Plan for fiscal year 2027. Can I have a motion to approve the consent agenda as submitted?
Motion to approve consent agenda as submitted.
Second.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Councilman DeVito?
Yes.
Councilman Haynes?
Yes.
Councilman Curley,
Yes.
Councilman McDonald?
Yes.
Councilman Slockbower?
Yes.
Council President Burnett?
Yes, regrettably about number 29, but yes.
Great, thank you. Two ordinance for introduction. Ordinance to exceed the municipal budget appropriation limits and to establish a cap bank. Have a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Councilman DeVito?
Yes.
Councilman Dean?
Yes.
Councilman Hurley?
Yes.
Councilman McDonald?
Yes.
Councilman Slockbower?
Yes.
Council President Bernstein?
Yes.
Thanks. 2602, ordinance amending chapter 241, vehicles and traffic. Have a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Councilman DeVito?
Yes.
Councilman Dean?
Yes.
Councilman Hurley?
Yes.
Councilman McDonald?
Yes.
Councilman Slockbower?
Yes.
Council President Bernstein?
Yes.
I'd like to give council members an opportunity for a few comments. Councilman Slockbower.
Thank you, Mayor. I'll stand up for this. Good evening, everyone. Happy New Year. You all know how I feel about our town. I love our town. I love our community. I love the people who live here. We have a great town. There's some bumps and bruises we get along the way, but we are a community. We live amongst each other. We buy the same stores together. We pass each other every day. The only thing I want to wish for Rockaway Borough in 2026, let's have a great life together here, people. Let's do great things together. I know the council feels the same way, so does our mayor. Let's shine. It's our turn. It's Rockaway Borough's turn. We'll all work together. But thank you. Thank you, everyone. I'm feeling really honored. It's my second term. I'm really happy to be here. So thank you. Thank you, Mayor.
Councilman DeVito.
I'd just like to take a minute to thank all the residents of Rockaway Borough for entrusting me to serve the community for the next 3 years. I'm looking forward to it. I have a strong commitment to the police department, the fire department, and all of our DPW and other services. Our seniors, hopefully we can improve some things for them and just keep Rockaway Borough moving forward, prepare for the future, make sure our infrastructure is all ready for what could come. And I'm just looking forward to serving the residents. Thank you.
Councilman Hurley.
Thank you, Mayor, fellow council members, and our members of the public. Wishing you all a happy and a healthy and a prosperous new year in '26. On a melancholy note, I do want to acknowledge and send my best to Ms. Reiche. We've worked together for over 7 years on budgets and financial issues and projects, and she's done a great job. And I wish you all the best, Patty, in your future endeavors, and I will miss you. So with that, just one quick announcement. If you have a Christmas tree and you want to pick up, January 30th is the last day we're picking up Christmas trees. So, and for those of you who are wondering, unfortunately the holiday lights are coming down at the end of the week. So take those last photos out there and enjoy the remainder of what's left of the 25 holiday season. And with that, again, wish you all Happy New Year.
Councilman Haynes.
Thank you, Mayor, council members, and public. I'd like to wish everyone a Happy New Year. Been a Rockaway Borough resident with my family for 50 years now. Love the borough, do a lot of good things with the borough. I've served the borough in many capacities before I ended up and was lucky enough to get voted in on the council. Rockaway is a great community. We have a lot of history and tradition here. And I also would like to take a moment to thank Patty for our hard work and diligence over my last 7 years. And I'd also like to take a moment and thank Mr. Bill Hopler for his 30+ years of service to the TPW, as well as his many years of service and time as a volunteer fireman. And thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you.
Just Happy New Year, everybody. As you see, I've been working on the Parks and Recreation Advisory Committee for several years now. As you can see, we've been improving our parks every year. Some other good projects coming up this year, so continue looking forward to develop our town and make it more attractive for residents to move here. Again, Patty, we'll miss you. Congratulations, on your move, whatever you're doing. Rob and Tom, congratulations, and welcome aboard. That's it.
Happy New Year, everyone. Great to see so many people here. Congratulations to Rob and to Tom on these new terms. I'm excited for 2026. I want to thank everyone that attended the reorganization of the fire department on the 1st. I'm grateful to our new chiefs and officers for the work that they will do as amazing volunteers this coming year. I feel, just really blessed and grateful to be sitting here as I start my 20th year on town council. I thought I would do it for a couple of years following the legacy of my grandfather who sat here as well. But it's been a great time, and I look forward to all the good things we'll do together in 2026.
Thank you. One person I forgot to announce, and I've seen his head like bobbing in and out of sight, our new fire chief, Glenn Van Saders.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, and looking forward to working with the council next year.
Thanks, Chief. As far as myself, thank you to Rockaway. I can't do this without you. Every year, I think we're getting better, right? Downtown's improving, services are improving. We have so many dedicated people representing Rockaway Borough, and we'll just keep going and keep making it better. And so I appreciate everybody's support, and as everybody knows, my door's always open. I'm always willing to listen to ways to do things better. And as Assemblywoman Aura Dunn said, even if you want to send me a note saying thanks, I'll take those too. But I'm always open and for everything. So thank you, Rockaway. And I do need a closed session for personnel.
Motion for a closed session.
Yep, thanks. In accordance with Resolution 156-20, establishing rules of conduct and decorum for public meetings, please note the following. Please stand up, state for the record your name before addressing mayor and council. All comments shall be addressed directly to the mayor. Once comments are received, the mayor will redirect questioning to other members of council. We will not address any matters of personnel. All public comments, questions, and remarks will be limited to 5 minutes within a single turn. I'd like to open the meeting to the public.
Hi, Wendy Natal, 151 Mount Pleasant Avenue. First off, let's say Happy New Year, and I would also like to congratulate Rob and Tom. You guys are great. We're so lucky to have you on the council. Okay, I have a question, and it's directed to Mayor Mulligan. With all due respect, Mayor Mulligan, how come Mr. Haynes is still sitting in a council seat?
We're not discussing matters of personnel, and he's been elected by the residents of Rockaway Borough.
What do you mean he's been elected for?
He can't be removed.
And no sanctions, no apologies?
Nope. And we're not discussing matters of personnel.
Can I just ask you one question? So, just to get this straight, because my kids know, they see the video that he threatened my husband in, and they say to me, how come nothing was done to him?
We've addressed this numerous times.
Right, but I gave you the opportunity.
And I said, we're not discussing matters of personnel.
But I gave you the opportunity and in hopes, that's why we let it go for now, in hopes that something would be done. To be representing the school system and be threatening doesn't teach our kids good values. And you know what? We're not letting this go, just so you know. We are not gonna let action where somebody is threatened and we feel that, there was nothing done to rectify anything. So it's very disappointing to me. This is your forum, you're our mayor, and I feel very disappointed that nothing, not one thing, not even an apology coming from you on behalf of him and the council, that going forward, this should never happen again. I mean, it's like we brush everything off that a council member does because they're a council member. But if a resident did that, and a resident threatened, oh my God, they probably wouldn't be allowed to come into the meetings. So this is very disappointing and discouraging to me, and, you know, I hope in 2026 we can do better for our residents. Even Andrew, you know, our other councilman, said this is a very volatile atmosphere in here. And why? Because we have a councilman that threatens and where people are put on edge because they feel very uncomfortable, because I have a right, it's my First Amendment right. Whether you like it or you don't like it, I have a right to say what I want to say. And that right should not be silenced, as Mr. Haynes is trying to do, to silence us, to not be able to say what we want to say. And that's why we have meetings, or why even bother having any meetings? So this is very disappointing to me, and we are going to take this further. This isn't the end of it. Thank you.
Thank you, Wendy.
Hi, my name is Carolyn Kearns, 15 West Flag Street. I'm here, I was here a couple weeks ago talking about the public hazard that the dentist has created on my street, on the sidewalk. And I just want to start with some of the borough e-codes and laws. The first thing I read in the whole e-codes for Rockaway Borough, powers and duties of the mayor and council president. It shall be the duty of the mayor to see that the laws of the state and the ordinance of the borough are faithfully executed. So, I want a status of what's going on with this public nuisance that was created. That's made it difficult for me to keep the sidewalk free of ice in the wintertime. And, you know, it's a danger to people who are walking, the kids walking to school, etc. So, I brought this to attention of the town construction guy, Tim Braden, and you know, everything I read, 217-52, permit requirement for anything to do with the public sidewalks. I don't own the sidewalk. You guys changed the law since I brought this to the town's attention in 2014. Nothing's happened. Nothing's improved. I don't think that's right. So, permits required, no permit was used. I did an Oprah, no permit was required. Doesn't make sense. Same thing, I did something with my property, I needed a permit. 53A, the owner on responsibility for taking care of the repair. Why isn't the town enforcing the law that makes him fix the sidewalk? They were asked to do it. I said, you know, Mr. Slockbower was part of the DPW, and he requested it in a letter. They made an attempt because when they repaved, they changed the grade. The parking lots got painted parking spots, which if I look at the E-codes for, you know, any kind of work like that should fall under zoning, which again requires a permit. If you look at Google from 2017, the picture of their property and where my property abut, they paved it down so it would drain to the sidewalk. So that's what they were fixing when thankfully Mr. Slockbower finally came around and they attempted a repair. I let people know right away in the town, emails, because I realized my phone calls were just kind of ignored. So I let people know within a week that that was still not corrected. And come on now, it's 11 years now. We're going into the 12th year of this not being fixed. It's ridiculous. 217-58, repair requires permits. They didn't get a permit for when they did that repair or attempted repair. Next, 58A, inspection repair borough engineer notes defects. People are allowed to report things that are a defect and a hazard and, you know, a nuisance. Stormwater management, we have a whole code here, 170-36. Why is this not being enforced? I don't understand it. Are commercial properties getting special favors? It doesn't make sense. So tell me please, what's the status of this project?
Yeah, thanks, Mrs. Kearns. The plan, I am going to turn it over to my ordinance committee of Councilman DeVito, Burley, and Slockbower to reevaluate the ordinance, follow up with the engineer and consult with our attorney to come up for a final decision.
Okay, because I was told by the town, now, here's what I think happened. I was told one thing after a meeting in 2022 here, a meeting with you and Mr. Hurley, and I think the people working in town were told something different, like just make courtesy calls, and I really don't understand what the heck that means. So that's a little frustrating, that I think I'm calling and reporting something, and the town's just like, oh, whatever, you know, hey, the law changed, so we're not gonna do anything. And then telling me that the engineer looked at it, and it's fine. And I'm not talking about the sidewalk and the berm, I'm talking that the water bypasses whatever fix they attempted. So,
No, thank you. Like I said,
And-
let me hand it over to our ordinance
Okay.
committee to discuss and work. And
I'm expecting it to happen, the fix soon, like early spring. I expect a fix. I don't expect to have to keep hounding you, or something different's gonna have to be approached.
all right, I'll wait for the ordinance committee to.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mrs. Krantz.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Joe Sacco from King County Street, Rockaway Borough. First of all, I want to say to the police chief who's here, happy and safe 2026. If I need you, I know where you're at. Mayor Mulligan, to the council, it's a brand new year. I would love to work with everybody on the council, even my town attorney too. I know where he's at. He's up in his office. Work with the fire commissioner, get some new people in the fire department, get the ball rolling, get a police explorers program. But to the community, to the mayor and council, in my behalf, I'm always there to help my community, help and give the shirt off my back to any councilman that needs their sidewalks done. But I like to say, let's start off with the new slate, and then we talk about it in our first meeting of the new year. But today, congratulations to Danny DeVito's cousin. he does look like Danny DeVito, but congratulations, Mr. Councilman. Councilman Slockbower, congratulations on your second term. Mr. Hurley, I hope the finances keep on rolling. Mr. Recreation, let's get some new ideas, because I got some ideas for the spring and summer. Get the traffic, get the street lights fixed, Mr. Haynes. Get the police to go out there. And Mr. Bell, before I extend to my time, tell Judge Smith I haven't been in trouble with the Rockaway Borough Police Department. When we had joint services, I had to go to court and your brother represented me. You don't remember? Assaulting an officer while on duty with bodily injury, and I go to the town jail and with 3 hours, and I was speeding. Tell Judge Smith I said hello and wish him a happy new year as I did. Happy New Year to the whole community. If I see something, I pass it over to you, Mr. Mayor, and you can have it out at the council meeting. But tell Judge Smith I said a happy New Year, Mr. Bell, if you see him at the courts. Okay? He wanted to put me in jail. I assaulted an officer, and it was Officer Kodiak in front of my house. Boom, and went over. That's a long time ago. But I want to say that in front of Chief Pepperman, so if I get out of line, I'm just going to walk into the jail and have a good time. But a happy New Year to everybody. Congratulations to our elected councilman who got elected. Let's work together. I get the shirt off my back to help anybody. If I have any good ideas, I'll bring them up. And I got some good ideas now. I got to meet my niece, got to meet my great niece, got to meet my son, future cousin-in-law, before they went back to New Zealand. My little great niece is a little darling, but that's in the heart. So, happy New Year to the Mayor Council and to all the administration. We're here for you. I'm here for you.
Thank you, Joe.
Thank you, Joe.
week about the DCA calling. Didn't hear back from you, so I'm gonna tell you what's gonna go on. Pass this on. Problem with 103 Rockaway Avenue, the town actually did not, follow the state rules itself. Actually, they used, the DCA told me, abuse of discretion is what they used itself, what you guys used. So how that works is that you guys make your rules up when it doesn't follow the state regulations. So I talked to you last week, I didn't hear back from you. So the DCA is gonna step in, and we talked about why this job became a hassle itself. So I'm calling you, and you said, why after all these months itself? So, Council Haynes, so he can understand what he saw on the video, what's there is the correct thing itself. Basically, if you wanna know what a dispute is, it's because the town isn't listening to rules and regulations. They're making up their own rules for Tim Braden, the administrator. Why do you think I proceeded forward with a job on? Because the state awards, because they said, Angelo, you're reading it correct, you guys are reading it incorrect. That's why I circled it, so you can see that part there. Now, February 8th, I'd like to know, with the administrator and everybody talking over here on February 8th, you have a big pile of dirt at Friendship Field over there. You know anything about that?
Yeah, the testing came in and it does need to go to an LSRP site.
Okay.
And we're waiting, the contractors will be removing it. We're in the process of identifying where it is going, hopefully at no cost to the taxpayer. But that's where it is at the moment.
Maybe it might take, probably in the springtime, they'll move it.
No, I'm looking, I was
Well,
hoping that would have gotten started.
It's not gonna happen. You're talking about a contractor. Why? Because you left the elements out, non-insulated itself. It sounds bizarre, but what happens? When it gets frozen, they can't remove it itself. Unless they bring in larger pieces of equipment, which what they had there would not even cut the mustard. So when on February 8th, when you were talking about, it's February 8th last year, I was watching the YouTube video, and what happened was, you guys were talking about the dirt situation, the library, and so on right there. But Slockbower here, Council Slockbower had mentioned asphalt. So in other words, asphalt should be taken, what he was trying to say, and I have to agree 100%, asphalt should be loaded directly into a truck and then dumped at the proper facility, because there's no testings for it. So why is there all this asphalt over there at Friendship Field itself? Not the field, but it's actually supposed to be 300 linear feet away from the brook under Category 1 waters itself, when they're 24 feet away. So the trick is that you're actually dealing not with solid waste anymore, it falls under contamination. So on February 8th, I watched that video, and you guys talked about it. Why is it like the asphalt you just laid all over the place?
You're talking February, you're talking about the library.
I'm talking about Friendship Field. I know it's confusing. Friendship Field, they continue to dump the dirt, they continue to dump the asphalt there. So on February 8th, when we had this meeting, you were talking about load the asphalt, it's a no-brainer, it's contamination. Dump it right away at the proper facility. So I can't blame the contractor, I have to blame the engineers. Who pays the engineers? The town. So who's watching the town? Who's watching the engineers? So basically, I watched what a lot of, council people are doing here. They write a lot, and that's all. But when you're on the field, that's what it's supposed to be about. So my question is, do I have to call the state in and say, hey, listen, we do have contamination, or are we gonna get action?
Well, we're in lockstep with the DEP. The DEP is fully aware of.
Not necessarily, because the DEP, under the dirt itself, Once we go on the next act itself with the asphalt, that changes categories. If you remember the library, same thing, the engineer was pretty tricky. She said it was like 4,700 square feet, and I said, where'd you get the numbers from? Once you exceed 5,000, it opened it up a new can of worms. Just trust me, that asphalt will open up a new can of worms of contamination.
Yep, thanks, Angela.
Thank
What I said, we're trying to do things better, as we go
But
along.
let me ask you this, all I have to do is make a phone call to the DEP tomorrow, okay, and you know I will. The question is, it'll be handled a lot better. We're talking about leadership itself. You allowed that. That's the whole problem. This whole part of the council, the town, they allowed it. I thought on February 8th, when that meeting you had, maybe they would have learned from council, Slockbower, about load it direct and get rid of it direct. But you keep doing contamination.
Thank you, Angela.
Thank you.
Hello, Katie Cox, 66 West Flag Street, how are you? Do I need a microphone? Sure.
Happy New Year, welcome Rob, all the stuff everyone said. I had a follow-up just based on what you responded to Angelo. So the Frederick Fielder, it needs to go to an LSRP site, you said? Like, what does that mean? Like, they tested it and it's got stuff in it?
A site that takes contaminated soil.
Contaminated soil. Okay, we have those test results, I can open those. I think I've done it for previous ones. Okay, thank you. And then a couple of things from the agenda. You said to say something nice, so I'll say something nice. Thank you for introducing the Ordinance 2602. That's changing some of the parking on Overlook, I think, and Hillside, but Overlook. I was here at that meeting when someone came in to ask about that and spoke about public safety. So it's good that you're moving forward with that quickly. And then I had some questions on the consent agenda. The 3026, which is the mediation agreement between the Borough and the Fair Share Housing Centre. So I know you touched upon that, I think, at one of the previous meetings about how they filed a lawsuit. Can you give more insight into what happened there? Because I'm assuming if there's a mediation agreement, there were negotiations about how our housing element and fair share plan that we adopted in July would need to change in order for them to move forward with this. I guess what's changed?
Quick comments.
Yep, just a quick comment on that. There was a hearing date for a bunch of towns. Basically, you gotta just know it. It's fair share, it's affordable housing.
Yeah.
We are just, this is they made an agreement and we have to abide by the agreement.
Who made the agreement?
So there's gonna be some ordinances that are gonna be following up on this.
Yeah.
That will be coming out probably next council meeting. That we'll be getting from the Elba attorney.
Okay, so from a just next steps in timing, right, those changes, the ordinances will come out, will have to be implemented and incorporated into the housing
So
development plan?
What the result of this is affordable housing is telling us we have to have, I don't know if it's 2, 3, I don't know the exact amount of ordinances that have to be adopted by March 15th. So we'll be putting them on.
Okay.
And then after that, the housing element plan will have to be changed by this. Again, unfortunately, affordable housing courts get what they want.
Yeah, I know, it's more just understanding what the difference is between what was adopted and where we're gonna be, because it'll cover us through 2035, and that is something that I've known for the mediation agreement.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, thank you. And then a question about the resignation of the Borough Administrator. Again, I know it's, she's here through the end of January. Thank you and good luck. My question, maybe I don't know if you'll be able to answer it right now. Have you had any thoughts about separating the roles and responsibilities with?
That's why I'm going into closed session.
Okay, alright. Thank you. Maybe I'll ask you that at a future meeting. Just, as you said, you're trying to do stuff better this year. That's good to hear. I know we all come to these meetings. I'm pretty vocal. It's not to, feed down on anyone in particular. It's more about the betterment of the town. And, I don't have any skin in the game with parking on Overlook Drive, but I know that residents care about it. So I care about it, and that's why I ask questions sometimes. So I appreciate you answering that.
And then, a final shout out, I was gonna do it anyway, but there's some of them sat in the audience, so it's even better. A shout out to the borough employees, ones that are in town hall. Every time I go in there, they're great, they're very helpful. And even if they can't tell me the answers to the questions, in the way that I want them, you know, I don't know what I'm looking for sometimes, but they at least say, hey, we can't give you that, you have to Oprah, or this is the best process. And I think as the first line of defense for the town and people going in there, they're a testament to the small town that we have. So thank you, all of you. Three, four. Thank you.
Any other comments from the public? Hearing none, close the meeting to the public. Motion to go into close.
Motion to go into closed session.
Second.
Thank you, happy New Year.
You won't be
No-
voting?
No action.
No action, okay.
No action.
Okay, thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.